Watauga Arts Council with your host, Cherry Johnson, serving arts in Watauga County for more than 30 years.
Hi, I'm Cherry Johnson with Watauga County Arts Council, and I want to introduce you to some very special people. This is my team. This is my guys. I don't know how I would survive without these four people. These are work study students. Every year for a lot of years, the Arts Council has had regular work study students. Work study students are students who are at Appalachian State University, and they have a financial aid package that has as one of its components a work study package. So they're allotted a certain amount of money per year, and it's a federal program. So the federal government funds pay part of the money, and the Arts Council pays a small sum. And these guys work for us, and they work 10 hours a week each, approximately, give or take. And earn money all through each semester, and then again the next semester, and then in the summer. The bad part of this program is in the summer, I'm in bad shape because I don't have these guys. So I was extremely excited when they came back this past fall, and I say came back because some of them have been with me before, and some of them are new to me, or at least one of them is new to me. Let me introduce them, and I'll tell you how long I've had them around. Start with Olivia. Olivia has been with us. This is your third year working at the Arts Council. You started when we were working over at the West King Street location, and you started with two veteran work study students, if I recall. You worked with Sarah and Jasmine, yes. And so you kind of got used to working with people who had been with us for several years, which was, I'm sure, an advantage in a lot of ways because they could kind of help you along. So, and then we have, this is Zach. Zach's been with us. This is his second year. And by the way, what is your major, Olivia?
I'm a double major in computer information systems and hospitality and tourism management.
And now you know why I like her so much. For one thing, because when the computers go bad, I call Olivia. And then Zach, what's your major?
I'm construction management with a minor in sustainable development. So.
Another good reason to like somebody. And Zach is involved in a lot of being one of the guys, and last year the only guy. When somebody needs to get in the attic, which involves a little bit of athletic skill, then it's Zach that I call. If there's a heavy box, I call Zach. Then he does a lot of other things. All of them do a lot of office work and a big variety of things actually in your jobs. This is Kara Kroom. And Kara, what's your major?
I'm a marketing major with a media studies minor.
And you have a photography, you do a lot of photography.
Yeah.
And so therefore, Kara does photography with the Arts Council a lot, which works out really, really well. And then we have Jan. Now, Kara was with us last year as well. Jan is new to us this year. This is Jan Pabon, and he is, what's your major?
I'm a nursing major.
Nursing major. Okay, so if you come to Art Space and you cut your finger, Jan's going to take care of you. So, he knows where the Band-Aid box is. Or do you?
I think.
He's not been with us a long, long time. Okay, I want you all to tell me what all you do what are the things that you do that have been maybe different? Kara and I were talking last night about the fact that when people ask you what you do with the Arts Council, what is your answer?
I do whatever she tells me to do.
And what does that involve? Give me some examples.
We do thank you letters to all the members that sign up, and we do some painting, some crafts, and help out with hanging up new shows and doing the labels and a big variety of things. And I do the Regional Artist Project grant.
That's kind of your specialty, yeah.
So
I give each one of them a specialty to work on. Okay, Jan, what's your specialty?
I work on the grassroots grants.
Right, and then you do a whole lot of letter writing.
Yeah.
And labels and all kinds of stuff like that.
Yeah.
So he does a lot. He's just getting used to us, just getting to know things, and as he gets more and more into things, he'll pick up some more jobs. But right now we've got him started out there. Hey, Zach, what's your specialty?
I do workshops.
That's one of yours, and then there's another one you've been working with too.
Oh yeah, I do a lot of instrument stuff.
Yeah.
With organizing the instruments in the Arts Council.
Right.
And we're trying to sell them now, but so we're getting that off the ground.
And that brings up something. We are selling the instruments, and we're selling them for about half price. And the reason we're selling them is because that we need the space for other things. We're going to be using that space in a different way. And so Zach has been researching prices of things and making sure that we had everything organized and making sure we knew what we actually have and don't have, and so forth, and just keeping up with it all. And then, like you said, you're also working to help me with workshops. Yeah. Olivia, what's your, besides computers, what is your specialty?
Arts placement program.
She's the one that goes out to the very venues where we have arts placement and makes sure that new work gets out there when it's supposed to, and that work's picked up when it's supposed to be, and the sales are processed correctly, and the records are updated, and
That's the biggest part.
that is the biggest part. It's a big deal. And it's putting a lot of faith in someone to give them that responsibility, but I know I can trust these guys to do a great job. But for example, if Olivia were to screw up and mess up the paperwork on some artist, we might be unable to identify for an artist where their work is. And that's really a big deal. So she knows she carries a lot of responsibility in that way, and she does a great job with it. So y'all all did great jobs. I have been very blessed. The folks over at the, what's it called, ACT office, what does that stand for? Appalachian Community Together?
Something like
Yeah,
that.
I think they're the folks that assign students to us, and they've done a fantastic job of matching us up with personalities and skill sets that work for our organization. What's been the weirdest job you've ever done?
Oh man, probably re-insulating the attic. It was. I mean, it wasn't weird. It was just I was unprepared for that, but it was good. It was good work.
Good thing you had a little bit of construction background.
Yeah. It helped.
How about you, Olivia? What's the strangest thing you've ever been asked to do?
I'm really not sure. Come back to me.
How about
I
you?
don't know.
Think of anything?
I don't know. Just last night doing, like, making the paper things, like, that's kind of weird that you don't normally do a job.
She's making, we have workshops, lots of workshops, and she's making this display board. And we found some letters to put on the display board, but the colors didn't quite work together. So Kara is doctoring them. She's adding additional color to tie them all together. And so that was kind of out of the ordinary.
Yeah, it was unusual.
And creating, we're missing one letter, so we made up one.
Yeah.
Created it ourselves. We're very ingenious. We can do all sorts of stuff. So, Jan, you haven't had many chances to do odd things yet.
No, not
Yeah.
really.
They'll come.
Exactly. Well, what is it about work study versus just having a job out in the community? How does that work differently for you guys?
Feels like it. In a way, it's easy to relate what I do in my work study job to school, and I feel like having a job, especially one that's right in the community and connected to the school itself, is like really good for preparing me for the outside world, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
It just feels like it's like another class, basically.
It
It's
is, yeah.
helpful. It's very helpful.
Now, you have an arts background in that your mom's an artist, and so this is not a foreign environment at all to you.
Yeah, it's comfortable.
Very comfortable for you. But Olivia, was this something you'd ever been involved in before, the arts?
Other than being a quilter myself, no.
That's right, you are a quilter. So you're going to have to give us something for the Size Does Matter show. Did you think about that?
No.
We've been trying to get her to exhibit her work. She needs to do that. Now, Kara, what's been kind of different for you about doing this job? I mean, what are the pros and the cons as far as you can tell?
Well, I really like that it is through school, because when we are off from school, we're off from work too. So, like, for fall break, we won't be working that
Or summer
Thursday.
break.
Yeah, Thursday and Friday. And I think, like Zach said, it's really easy to relate to our schoolwork, because you try to also connect what our majors are to what we're doing at work. So it's easy to relate and kind of help you out in that way.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm still working on how to get Jan's major tied into this thing without people getting hurt. So, Jan, I guess you're not far enough along on the nursing degree till it's really a major deal at this point, though.
No.
Yeah. So what made you decide to do work study as opposed to go out and get a different job in the community?
I felt work study would help more. Like Kara said, it's tied in with school, and here I'm working on computers, which I'm not very good at, so it sharpens my abilities a little more, which I definitely need during school.
Yeah, we use the Microsoft products very heavily, and some of you were not experienced in those products before, and so you're learning how to use new programs, and that works out really well because one of us is usually available to kind of get you through the rough spots, and so it helps. And then all of us kind of fight with the copier equally.
Yeah.
So.
Endless battle.
Now, these guys are they're really our family, and I guess they must have felt the same way toward the Arts Council because they're doing something really kind of cool, and this was completely their idea, and it just blows me away that they're willing to do this. They took this on, and this was not our last staff meeting, but maybe the one before that, that this idea popped up. Where did the idea come from?
It came from just, we were asking if you guys decorate for Halloween and stuff.
Okay.
And then we came up with, well, maybe we could do a fundraiser for decorating, kind of, with pumpkins.
Because you also know we always need money.
Yeah.
So it was cool. You came up with a way to solve a bunch of problems all at the same time. So let's start us out here, Kara, and I'll make the rest of them help. But what was this idea that y'all had?
Well, the first idea was to do a contest for pumpkin decorating, so people can enter their pumpkins, like carved or painted, and then there's an entry fee, so that's the fundraising part. And then it's on the second Saturday, so it kind of brings more people in for the second Saturday too, and just kind of a fun event. And then the second one is for kids to come and paint their pumpkins, and just a fun day on a Saturday for them to do before Halloween and kind of get them out of their parents' hair, I guess.
Now let's talk about that, and I think Olivia had something to do with this one. When kids are painting their pumpkins, and they may need to let a coat dry or things happen in between, y'all have said there's some fun activities planned. What have you got in mind?
Well, I am bringing a ladder ball set and a cornhole so we can put it outside in the little, like, not courtyard area, but that area on the side, so they can go and play some games and do some fun stuff for that while they wait.
That's cool. So you have, let's recap. On the 11th, which is a Saturday, it is our second Saturday, we have an event which is from 5:30 to 7:30 called the Second Saturday Celebration of the Arts. So people are bringing in their pumpkins from 4 to 5:30, correct? And so they're going to bring them in. The fee will be $5, is that right, to enter them? And what's going to happen after they bring them in?
When they bring in their pumpkins, we're going to give them a number so they can put it beside, and it'll be lined up on the porch outside. And people will be able to go through the second Saturday event and then vote on which one's their favorite. So that they'll get a prize for if they have one of the most popular pumpkins.
And several of you are going out to various merchants and seeking gift certificates, which is always cool. So you're very likely to get more than your $5 back.
Oh yeah.
And so that makes it even more fun. And then what happens to the pumpkins after the event?
In the form that they sign, we can throw them away if we want, or like if they're rotting or.
But we're going to keep them.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we're gonna
leave them up for display.
Leave them for display on the porch, so that adds
Come by and
decoration
see
to
them
the place.
anytime you want.
Right.
And that's the whole point, was the free decoration for our porch to make it themed and arty for harvest, fall, Halloween stuff.
And one of our volunteers just brought in a hay bale, which we've really not done much with yet. So we can cluster a few pumpkins around that, and it's going to make the place fun. So then it's going to become a touring stop just to come see the cool pumpkins. All right, now the second event. Jan's going to be there early, right, Jan? And we're going to have paint and paintbrushes and what?
And
Little
little pumpkins,
Yeah.
baby pumpkins.
And what happens?
You can get the pumpkin for $5, and then you can go into the back room. I think is where we decided to have it, and just paint the pumpkin with all the paints however you'd like, and take it home with you when you're done. And
So it's just simply come and paint your pumpkin.
Yep, and hang out.
And you're paying only $5 to do it, which helps us cover the cost of the pumpkins and whatever materials.
Yeah,
Huh?
and the
And the paint, because we're providing all the decoration stuff for it.
yeah.
Okay. And then they also, as you said a minute ago, Olivia, they have activities they can do. Now, is this limited to children?
Children of all ages. If you're young at heart, come out.
I love her thoughts. Okay. Well, I don't know about you guys. I suspect the same thing will be true for you guys. But, when you live together and work together and play together, you become family. And I have previous work study students that I stay in constant touch with, that they are friends with each other and they stay in touch with each other. I see y'all seem to get along really well, and I see the strong likelihood that you're going to retain your relationships with each other for a long time to come. So I think that's the extra bonus that nobody happened to mention about this. But it's really cool, and as you can tell, I love having them around. They're a lot of fun and they're a lot of help, and so it's just really great. But I did want to introduce them to you because this is somebody, a group of folks that are very special to me, and I hope that you recognize how great they are for the Arts Council. And when you come by the Blue Ridge Art Space, you look for their faces as well as mine. And if you see one of them, tell them how much you appreciate what they do for the Arts Council. Go to our website, watauga-arts.org. We've got information up on that about just about everything, workshops, classes, gallery exhibits, you name it, it's all there. And there's also information about the pumpkins. So you'll be able to go to our website and check out information about this and a lot more.
Watauga Arts Council with your host, Cherry Johnson, serving arts in Watauga County for more than 30 years.